Vampires threaten the world of Andaria. To stop them, an order of knights has been created. The Knights of Andar.
Vampires not like other foes. Attack not with just their swords and strike you down. They can change a man.
How's it going? I'm Damien. I'm playing a character named William Ashford. He is a human knight.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm playing a lark, which is a kind of tree-like creature. And my name is Cole, and I'm an investigator.
Hello, I'm Liam, and I will be playing Craston Tannerson. Dan, I will be playing a human blacksmith. Caddick's own personal blacksmith.
Wow. That's right, and I'm Rob, and I will be playing Caddick, the human knight from the north.
We begin our story in the city square, where an unusual investigator has been walking around the city. Cole, how long have you been in the city of Arlight?
For a while now. I think for at least 10 years.
Cole, you're a lark, which means that you're basically a sentient tree creature. From where you're from, after about 100 years, you have the ability to eventually uproot yourself and leave the area. You've done so, and like you said, you've been here for about 10 years. In that time, you found yourself being very curious and very interested in society. Right now, you stand in the middle of one of the most interesting and oldest societies, and perhaps that's what inspired you to come. Untouched by war, and one of the only societies that can track its history back almost to the very beginning of history that is recorded, Arlight. Now Arlight is ruled by King Thawin and Lady Linda, Queen Linda. So, you've been walking around the city, and for the years that you've been here, you've become a sort of investigator. You are walking through the city square. Someone walks up to you, and it seems to be a page, a royal page. He goes, "Hello, sir." He goes, "Are you? Well, you must be the investigator."
I am.
Wait, you have to tell me your name first.
It's Cole.
Ah, okay, Cole. Yes, this is for you.
Look at it. What is it?
It's a message, an invitation to go see King Thawin himself.
Now?
Pretty much. I wouldn't keep him waiting if I was me.
Okay.
Yes, I can lead you there if you wish.
I do wish it.
Aye, let's go.
All right.
Starts walking through town. So you've been here a long time, right?
I like it.
Aye, it's noisy. A lot of people here.
I like people. You're interesting.
Oh, me too. That's why I became a page.
Oh, really?
Yes, I like being around the nobles and everybody's talking to each other and looking fancy and doing very important things. And I hope that one day I'll do something important.
Well, maybe that day is today.
Maybe. What an exciting thought. So I hear
Yes?
you're a bit of an investigator. Is that true?
That is true.
Have you got any big crimes?
I feel every crime is big.
But what's the biggest crime? A murder?
I have investigated those before. There's not many murders in Arlight.
I guess that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. But when there is, you usually find it's for the most foul of reasons.
And when you say it, do you say, "There's murder"? Is that what you do?
I don't say there's murder.
That's what I would do if somebody was like Mr. Christor. He goes, "Investigator Christor." He goes, "What do you think this is?" And I would say, with a pipe in my mouth, I would say, "I believe it's murder."
Christo, is that your name?
Yes,
Perhaps I will...
Christor.
Christor, yes. All right. Perhaps I will try that the next time I see one.
Yes. Say murder like that.
Like that. Long R's.
Yes, it makes people very tense and it seems you seem very important.
Well, it is important to seem important.
Yes. Well,
Murder.
Oh, you're getting it ready. I'm so excited for you. So here we are. We're at the king's castle. The guards will let you in. Obviously, they're seeing us right now. They already opened the gates. That's great. So hopefully I get to see you again. Wow, you're so big. Okay, well, have a nice day to you.
You too, Christor.
He walks up. You walk in. You walk forward.
Straight then? Okay.
It's just one way to get. You walk forward, and eventually you make your way up the steps.
All right.
In the distance, you can still hear the market and such, but it does get a tad more quiet. You make your way up. This castle is beautiful. And it has these illustrious balconies, a lot of like white stone, and they take you into this grand area with large ceilings. This could be almost like a church and has very rounded ceilings inside. This city is known for its mechanics, not quite as the Gnome Empire or the Gnomon Kingdom, but there is a fair settlement of gnomes here, and that is apparent in these windmills and different things where they have some novelties of technology that comes from the gnomes. But also there's magic. A lot of these buildings are actually floating, connected by rope bridges, and they're all different places. Right now, you're heading to one such place. If you were to travel forward, deeper inside, you would come out of this almost large 300-foot gazebo-like area with white columns and such and white stone. They take you over to the side, and you walk out, and all of a sudden onto a rope bridge. And the rope bridge goes up to a floating tower, and the guard is just leading you there. When you get there, there's a small ledge where stone comes out, where the rope bridge meets that stone, and there's a door there. The guard knocks on the door. Audio dungeon. That's a password. No. He walks in, takes you up some steps, and finally stops in a room, probably on the 3rd floor, motions you to go outside, and there you see, on a balcony by himself, is King Thowen, looking out into the distance. It's a beautiful day out, lots of clouds, and he seems to be just in thought. You can roleplay.
Your Highness, believe you summoned me?
Ah, yes. The investigator.
At your service, Your Highness.
Your name is Cole.
Is indeed.
Let us sit down inside.
Sure.
He walks back in the room, and now that you look in the room a different way, you realize there's someone you missed that's sitting in a chair. And he's just sitting there, very relaxed. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Cole, Jonlin, Cole.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Have a seat."
Sure.
You sit down. There's a hearth nearby, and he's seen like stoking the fire in the hearth. And he seems to not be paying attention for a second. Jonlin just seems to be sitting there. He's sipping on a drink.
Cole, I wish for you to go and speak with Lord Commander Caddock.
Okay. About what?
Everything I tell you from here forward, you will be duty-bound to secrecy. I will need you to swear it by the Keeper.
You swear it by the Keeper.
And I know your culture is different than ours. You understand these words, yes?
I understand. No one outside of this room will know about this conversation.
Very good. I need you to convince Lord Commander Caddock to investigate some issues with vampires. The vampires are extending their reach further and further out. Before it was somewhat passive, just happened naturally as their borders extended. They looked for food, feasting upon mortals. And yes, we are far from those lands. Soulst is a half a world away. But the vampire hex who now is in charge of Soulst, has made it his mission to turn the entire society of Andaria to vampire. He has begun to send vampires out to all different cities. And he sent one here, we believe. Which means that there is some sort of enclave here, in the holiest of places, in Arlight.
Very concerning.
It is indeed. Now, I wish for you to speak with Kadok. He is reluctant to take any sort of quest dealing with vampires anymore. There was a mission to Soulst that he went on a few years ago. And that mission affected him greatly. He has been in somewhat of a dark place ever since. He lost his family. Let's put it that way. Speak with him. If you could earn his trust, perhaps I'll have more work for you. Immediately.
I will do as you ask.
Remember to speak nothing of the vampire issue upon this city.
All right.
I feel that he is the only person for this job. We need someone that knows the darkness of Soulst firsthand. We need someone that understands vampire. There is no one else. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
He explains to you where Lord Kadok's manor is,
Okay.
and bids you a fond farewell. John Lynn gives you a nod. He stands up. It is a pleasure to meet you.
You as well. All right. I'll just go back out on the rope bridge then.
You walk outside there. The guard brings you down the rope bridge. You leave, and you make your way towards the manor. As you are traveling, it begins to rain. Some distant thunder. You make your way to the manor. It's beautiful, and you see what could be Lord Commander Kadok's wife and child playing outside in the grass, even in the rain. And you see the boy is like having fun in the rain. He's enjoying it. So guards approach the gate. Yes, can we help you?
I hope so. My name is Cole. Bit of an investigator here in Arlight, and I was asked to speak to your Lord Commander here, Kadok. He is the Lord present and available to speak?
He is. We were told that you might be stopping by. You are welcome here.
Oh, thank you.
They open it up, gates. You approach in. See the little kid run up to you immediately.
Why, hello there.
You're a big tree.
A little bit, yeah.
Can I climb you?
I look
Now, come here. You can't climb everyone you see. I'm so sorry about that.
No, it's quite all
He's
right.
never seen anyone. Well, I've never seen anyone of your kind either.
I don't mind if you're okay with it. I won't let him fall.
Oh, if you wish, yes.
All right. Young master, what is your name?
What is your son's name?
Bert.
Why does he speak like an evil villain?
I don't know.
Bert.
Bert.
Is it short for anything?
Bertram.
All right.
See what I did there?
Bartholomew.
Are you getting married? No, they get over there.
Get over there. Do you? Good. Do you? Good. You're married. Kiss her.
Well,
Okay.
No,
So Bert. I'm sorry.
yeah. Climb aboard. I get down low.
I'm Bertram, and yes. He starts climbing up.
Alright.
Within seconds, he gets up to the top, and he's right there with you. I'm Lord Commander Bert, having watch over the land in the mighty tree in front of the manor. And yet in the distance there was a dark storm and clouds coming in. But Lord Commander Bert was ready. With his faithful tree of power.
That's right.
Let's go protect the manor.
Okay. Just hold on tight. I look at. I try to give a comforting nod to his mom.
The mom seems to be comfortable. She sees how he's holding. It seems to be fine. Everyone seems to be comfortable.
Walk towards him.
You walk towards the manor. The doors in are slightly lower than you need.
Okay.
You come in, and he's like, "Whoa!" You go inside, and then eventually he goes, "Okay, now you've climbed him, and now we're inside our house. You need to come down, and it is time for dinner." He goes, "Oh, okay. Thank you, fair tree."
Oh, my lord.
He climbs down, and they run off. He goes, "My husband is in the study inside."
All right. I'm a little wet. I don't want to crack waters.
Oh, don't worry about it. Just,
Okay. All right.
There's lots of rain here in Arlight. We track water in the house all the time.
I head towards the sun.
You walk to the study, and I'm going to let Rob describe his study.
Well, it's not a fancy study, although all the furnishings are of the highest quality. It's got a dark richness to it all.
Mahogany.
Yes, it's rich mahogany. Weaponry up on the walls, and ancient tomes, and other more recent tomes, bookshelves.
All sorts of tomes.
So you've
Just
got
ancient and recent.
Ancient reason. I don't care for the middle.
What's the seating like in there? What kind of chairs you got in there? What's the kind of seating area? What do you got? Are there chairs at all?
There are chairs.
Oh, that's great.
We've got a few chairs.
What are they made out of?
Oak.
Oak chairs with
chairs.
mahogany furniture.
Yeah, oak and mahogany mixture. It's renowned for that.
Is there a lot of wood in this room? Is he gonna feel like weird?
Yeah. Did you murder all of his brothers?
Is it full of wood
But it's
like
not all
everywhere?
wood. It's not all wood. It's also
I killed this wood 10 years
like-
ago.
Just wooden axes everywhere.
everything.
This is a trap.
I see why I've been asked here.
He's gonna turn
A
you
fire.
into a bear rug, but it's just gonna be him.
A fire crackles. More wood
Oh,
burning on
oh,
top
good.
of that.
Good. That's another.
It's only getting more menacing.
I was gonna say, yeah.
He's drinking sap.
I'm whittling and drinking sap. Why, hello.
And
Is there a window?
Caddick sits there, staring at the fire.
Okay, Caddick, you hear something large into the room. Obviously announced to some degree because you heard your wife and child okay with it. So it's not danger, but you have no idea what is behind you.
I turn around.
You see a 7-foot lark behind you. You've never seen a lark before.
Greetings.
Greetings to you, my lord. My name is Cole. And if you like, if you don't mind, I'd like a moment of your time.
Come,
Thank
have a
you.
seat.
Can I fit into like a normal chair? Or am I a large?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's tight, but you can fit. Roll d6. If you roll a 1, it breaks and falls.
5.
Damn.
Sorry.
Now the floor.
Love your basement. I look around the study. You said it's like dark?
Saren Forrest says, "Watch as Tom slowly gains his southern accent."
I went a couple of times. I'm trying to get away from it. Sorry. Not intentional.
It's pretty dark.
How do you read when it's dark?
He doesn't.
I said I was just staring into the fire at the
That's why I asked. I felt like that was a character trait. Like those are for show.
Okay.
No, they're not for show.
That's
but
how
you
I-
know what? I'm just not reading at the moment. I don't need a lot of light right now.
He reads in the reading room. He studies in the study room.
I study.
It's also a contemplation room.
Yes.
It's a regular
Fair
room.
enough. Okay.
So, my lord, I'd like to be frank with you. That's appropriate. I know I'm not a lord. Sometimes lords don't like frankness, so I wanted to ask permission before I proceed.
I'll trust you'll not waste my time with flowery talk.
I don't know if that was a pun or not, but okay, I'll take it as such. I was asked to see if I could if I can get you, trust me. And I feel like the best way to do that is to be honest with you from the beginning. About the fact that's why I was asked to be here. I think for whatever reason, King Thao wants us to develop some sort of working relationship. I know you are a trusted associate. I am not. I don't know if this is a test for me, whatever the case may be. But I tried to lay my cards out on the table. I met your wife and your son, Lord Bertram, on the way in. They seem to be lovely people. I'm sure you're very proud.
Yes, of course.
How old is your son? It's very hard for me to judge age. Being, a lark. My first century or so is in the ground. So, especially with human children, it's very tough.
You're just past his 10th year.
Wow. Soon to start training, I imagine. He playing all sorts of games outside about being, I guess, succeeding you, being the new Lord Captain, and protecting the home, all the rest of that stuff.
Mr.
Sorry.
Cole, what can I do for you? You've said you'll not try and gain my trust through subterfuge, yet you bandy about the issue. I cannot believe.
I guess if there's a question, and I wasn't asked this before, the question is, why are you sitting alone in the dark staring at the fire when your wife and child are outside playing? I guess if I had to guess what the question was that I was being asked to solve, it would be that.
And you think the best way to solve it is to walk into my home and ask me, why do you wish to gain my trust? What would you do with it?
Excuse me, sir. Your blacksmith is here. He has returned your father's sword.
Ah, wonderful.
Shall I bring him in, or shall I send him away?
Oh, please, this will only take a moment. Bring him in.
Right away, sir.
Hello.
The Lord Commander will see you now. Your name?
Oh, we've spoken to each other plenty of times. It's me, Hutch. Tell him Hutch is here with his father's sword, please.
Oh, you are the son of the blacksmith that comes.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Follow me.
Hutch, you have the sword.
Of course I have the sword, Caddock. Good to see you, too. Here it is. You'll find that I may have outdone myself this time.
Yeah.
Call me crazy, but it looks like you're talking to a tree.
Hi.
Yes. Cole, please allow me to introduce Hutch.
Hi, Hutch. I'm Cole.
Cole?
Yes.
I'm sorry to stare. I've never seen someone much like you before. Do you shake hands?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, I guess.
I hope so. It's not bad to meet you. So.
Okay. I've never seen you in this guy's company before.
Cole has arrived to ingratiate himself to me.
I wouldn't say appreciate. I don't think we need to be friends. I just think I've been entrusted to gain your trust.
And why
What?
would you want that?
Because when you get a request from the king, you tend not to say no.
The king asked you to gain Caddock's trust.
Yes.
Sir, would you prefer to have this conversation now, once again, private?
Yes, of course, Hutch. Thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
You follow me, sir.
You look quite strong.
I'll see you when you've completed other work, I suppose.
Listen, Caddock. I don't like this guy. Be careful what you say to him. And be careful about hanging out with him. Okay?
Of course.
Okay.
Your concern is always valued greatly.
I'll see you tomorrow. Cole?
Pleasure meeting you.
How big is the study? Like, I'm imagining they're in like a 5-foot room, like he just heard all
No,
of that.
it's big.
It's
Spacious.
And I actually said, like, I walked as far
Okay,
away
okay.
for the keyboards.
Cole,
Yes.
before I go, you should also know that I can smith a very fine axe. Nice to meet you.
That sounds like a threat.
I head out with the page.
He brings you outside. He brings you outside. He goes, I'm glad to see that over the years that you have followed your father's footsteps and continued from apprentice to blacksmith yourself.
Mm-hmm. How about yourself? You need any swords, any axes, any armor?
I have no need for such things.
Okay.
But thank you very much.
All right, well, if there's any more orders for the house, if there's any more orders for yourself, please feel free to stop by my forge at any time.
Of course, sir.
All right.
I feel like we've gotten off on a bad foot because your friend has threatened to attack me with an axe. And I'm not sure why.
It was a bit of a threat, but I'm not worried about it too much.
Your son runs in the room. Is Papa? He jumps on your lap.
Bertram,
I was fighting trolls.
not now. Run along.
Oh, but we're friends.
Yes, very good.
We helped protect the manor before.
That's a good lad.
He's very brave.
My dad is a little quiet. You should try to be friends with him. He's always still upset about the vampire stuff. Right, Dad?
That's it, Bertram. Go along now.
So, you fought vampires?
Indeed, I have.
You must be good at it. You'll hear.
I suppose I've had more luck than most in my dealings with them, certainly. But, not something I look back on fondly.
Oh, it gotta be horrible.
Sir, I'm so sorry to interrupt once more. Just to let you know that you do have the engagement down for dinner in about 10 minutes.
Ah, well then.
Oh,
Well then, Mr. Cole. I certainly do appreciate you dropping by. Feel free to do so again.
before I go, and I apologize, I know you got something to do, and I'll be as quick as I can. Before I go, though, I couldn't help but notice your reaction when your son mentioned vampires. Like I said, imagine that's very, like, dramatic and whatnot. But you survived. You're an expert on them. Aren't they still a problem now?
Indeed. Greater problem than ever.
I imagine it must be difficult with a young son and a wife at home. Are you tempted to go back out there and finish the job?
Finish the job.
You seem like someone who would relish the opportunity.
Do you not think we've done such things? If we could have gotten rid of them all, it would have happened many years ago. Now we just try and survive.
Why?
Why?
If you were able to fight them in the past and be successful, live to tell a tale. Why do you feel now the fight would be useless?
Living does not mean succeeding. As you said, they are still a problem. At some point, we must accept defeat.
I see.
I'm sorry, sir. We must get going.
All right. I'll find my own way out.
Of course.
You're pressing.
One day we will go hunting.
Oh. Is that what you do? Hunt? All right. I like the forest.
Yes. Good day.
Day.
Wife comes in. He goes outside. The butler takes him outside, and the wife stops you, and she kind of gives you motion you to stay. He goes outside. A carriage comes, a horseback, and they leave. And she sits down with you, and she says, "Please,
All right. Okay.
King Thowin, let me know what's going on and what he wants him for, and frankly, I think it would be good for him. I do not think that he realizes the state that he is in. And yes, he stares into the fire every day, and he doesn't give the proper time to his son as he should. He's always worried, he's brooding.
Where is he going now?
Oh, he's going to dinner at with a couple of his knight friends from years ago. It's basically all he does. He's at home smoking a cigar, and he's out with the knights.
Did he ever talk to you about how it went or why he's so?
I do know why, but I do not know if it is my place to speak of it.
Alright.
Do you feel that it is something that thou would want me to tell you?
A man in your husband's position should not be stuck in the past, but should be looking to protect the kingdom in the future. And I think that probably is something that King Thawen would like to change about it, but it respects him too much to just, I guess, order him out, do whatever. So, yeah, I think that if there's something that you know that is preventing him from being the man he's supposed to be,
you know what? Come with me. We're going down there right now, and we're going to talk with him. This needs to happen now.
I like it.
Patreon reroll for Dan from Charles Morrison.
Charles.
And what is the wife's name?
Marielle.
Marielle. Okay.
I like that. It's a good name.
So Marielle goes outside and she calls for. She goes, we're gonna walk. She looks at you. You don't mind a little rain, do you?
No, I like it.
Neither do I. So they start walking. You see the son is with one of the other help, and you guys spend the next 15 minutes walking down the hill. What is the name of the tavern that he loves to go to?
The Bubbling Pot.
The Bubbling Pot? Okay, so you're in the Bubbling Pot, and you sit down, and you see that your other knight friends have arrived. There's a small group of them that you meet with, usually like 4 or 5. One is your old squire. Describe yourself to the audience.
All right, I'm a human. My name is William Ashford, and I'm going to say I'm about 6 foot tall, 280 pounds, black hair, brown eyes.
Wow,
Yeah.
jacked. Yeah,
Something like that.
it's
Yeah.
big, man.
Yeah, why not?
I like it.
So you see that only he has arrived today, and you had heard from the others that they're busy today. It's just going to be you and Caddick.
William.
Gaddick, good to see you. How you
Yeah.
feeling today?
Good. Ready to hoist some ales.
All right. First round's on me. Barkeep, set us up.
Right away, William. They start going to get some ale for you. Time passes. You guys are drinking, and you are about 4 ales in, and you're a little bit more relaxed. Probably more of what you feel your character is without the doom and gloom. For you, you're more active. He's a Lord Commander. You're more in it right now. You are a lieutenant. And from your conversations, you know that Caddick is pretty much always interested in what's going on. He gives you advice of like what he would do. And you are the Obi-Wan to his Qui-Gon for a while. You know, and you faced a couple of serious battles. Now it's always good to see him, and you don't work with him in any way capacity just because you're stationed in a different area, but it's always great to see him whenever you guys meet up. All of a sudden, his better half walks into the bubbling pot with a companion that is kind of startling. She opens the door and walks in and looks over, and the tavern is pretty busy right now. And you see she does not look happy. I'll let you
Look
say.
out, Caddick. Well, who's that? Is that a lark?
Yes.
Man.
Came to see me earlier in the day.
Oh, really? You know him? What's his story?
Comes from Thawen.
Oh, really? What did he want from you?
Poking around in the past.
Oh, boy. It looks like he's been talking to your wife. They're coming this way.
So you come storming over.
I got your back, buddy.
Caddick, Bertram, Hartford. We have to talk. And it's going to happen right here in the bubbling pot.
My lady.
Sit down.
My lady.
Oh, hello.
Please, you're causing a scene.
Don't, my lady. Sit down and be quiet. This man came over to speak with you, and he's trying to earn your trust and trying to talk to you, and you barely gave him any real notice. No one cares for these things. You need to be polite to your guests who come to visit you. He came from King Thalwyn. He's not someone off the street that's begging for coin. Now, Thalwyn came to me and talked to me, and he wants you to be a part of this mission. There's something coming up, something big. He wants you to do it. And you can't stay there every day looking into the fire, thinking about the past. But I think it's time that you told him what happened.
Here. Now.
Yes, here, in a busy tavern. No one cares for what we're talking
This is
about.
the bubbling pot. It's not the place for such talk.
Perhaps the bubbling pot is the perfect place for talk. Tell him why you don't want to go out and fight vampires. Tell him what you've been through.
Vampires. Is that what this is all about?
That is what this is all about.
Yes. Thalwyn, great king, has no doubt in his head for another failed campaign against vampires.
You know that's not true. Another failed campaign?
To throw away more lives in that accursed city.
I don't know what your past holds. I don't know what it is that caused you to think of your past attempts there as a failure. But I think that your wife, the lady, is correct in the fact that Thalwyn would like you back into the world. Your skill, your knowledge, your ability is to lead. Your martial prowess, your knowledge of weapons, your knowledge of military tactics and all of that. You're Lord Captain, right? You're Lord Commander. You're in charge. You're meant to lead men. And what greater thing than for King Thalwyn, right? A holy knight of a ruler. What greater battle for him would there be than to try and beat back this evil? I can understand why he would be so anxious to get you into the field. And I think that I imagine that the trust that he wanted me to build with you was to get you to tell me why you won't.
I mean, he's right about one thing. You know, your skills, your experience. If the king is calling for you, you know, he knows what you've accomplished. He knows your skill. It is a waste for you to spend it in front of your fire.
He acts as if he's retired, as if he's done with everything. Wants to waste his life away in front of the hearth.
Nonsense. There's still many areas I could use me prowess. Send me to the Northlands.
To do what?
Barbarian hordes still raid.
They can more
They
than take
attack the
care of
flocks.
themselves.
Need to patrol our homelands. That should be our concern.
But my understanding of vampires is that their homeland either expands or they get exterminated. Like, there's no middle ground. Like, they have to put too fine a word on it. They have to feed, and eventually their food runs out, and they have to expand. If I were a king, if they get strong enough to get to me, they may be too strong to defeat. And if I had among my ranks a soldier and captain of great renown who has experience in fighting these things, I would want that person at the forefront.
Vampires not like all the foes. They attack not with just their swords and strike you down. They can change a man, change their very nature. Not always against their will. I've seen some succumb to the lure of the power. Fighting. Every moment we fight these vampires, we run the risk of becoming them. Whether through their will or our own. We must just keep our distances. Run to the other side of the world if we have to. At the end of the day, fighting them will only destroy us all.
If you are the man that I married, then I'll be serious with you and direct and tell you that I don't want to be married to you. That is terrible. The way that you let down your brothers, the other knights, King Thawen, Arlight, and Daria, your friends and companions that you met in Soulst when you were there, and now me. She takes off a medallion that is of a bear, the sigil of your father's house, and also of oak frost and such. She puts it down. You could give that back to me when you feel like it is the right time, and that I deserve it. You deserve it, because you're not the same person, and that gift meant something more. Now it means nothing, perhaps. What does the bear mean for your household? Your sigil. I would not wear it. She gets up and she walks to the other side of the bar. She goes to order something.
I'd ask you this. If you knew that the king was going to assemble an army to go out and face these things, try and defeat them, do you think it would make you feel better that that army was out in the field and you were at home? Because I think that might be what's happening. And I think whatever you feel, for whatever reason you feel it, that feeling is only going to increase if you find out that other men, without you, are out there fighting that fight. I don't know you well, but I know of you. And I can't say anything quite as dramatic as your wife did, but I think that the person that you are is not the person that you are right now. And I think that is coming. You're going to have to make a decision. I don't know how you could feel like you can't be in it and let other men fight that battle in your stead.
Is that what you think? You're not the same person?
Indeed, I'm not. It appears whether we risk engaging with these monsters or hide away, they change us. Either way, I suppose it is inevitable.
Caddick. Do you remember that time? I was still your squire. You're on the way to Soulst.
Now we're gonna tell this backwards. Every scene that we do, no matter who plays in a scene, play the scene as if you know what's happening, and feel free to say things to get the information out, which then I will throw in. Okay? Here we go. Try. Caddick, you're in a cell. And between you and the other person in this room are bars. On the other side of the bars is the vampire, Hex. Look at you.
I'm inside and he's outside.
Look at you. You were wrong. I could be powerful. Powerful. Your quest here was foolish.
an abomination.
Perhaps. But perhaps an abomination I can use.
What are your intentions now?
Part of me wants to kill Vigorish. Part of me can't. I guess I must accept it. It doesn't change the fact that coming here was a fool's errand. And clearly our paths are different. They're too different now.
What led you to make this decision?
I didn't make any decision. This is not of my choosing.
What?
Where was my free will in any of this?
Surely you must have had a chance.
Are you mad? You were here. Minutes ago, this happened to me. Free will because I came? Because I was here?
Yes, and why were you here?
I came because I thought it was the right thing to do. Because sometimes there are things that you must do in life. You can't be worrying about your own greatness. Sometimes you say yes. And you broaden your horizons. But now, this. So yes, different paths. You're on that side of the cell. So am I on this side. But looking at us both, I wonder, which one of us is on the inside? Which one of us is on the outside?
Perhaps there's some way we can undo all this. You don't have to give in.
For one, you do not know what I feel. The rage is combined with the lust for power that I feel. You can't understand, you won't understand. You're like all the knights that have come before you.
I know that you could still find the true self inside of you. To remember who you were and not change. That I know you can do.
The true self. What is the true self? Is it here? Because this no longer beats. Is it here? Perhaps I wouldn't be here. Is it that? He points to the medallion with the bear around your neck. Maybe that's the true self. Maybe that is why you're here, wasting your life. I will no longer waste mine. It's time I start making the best of it.
How will you do that? Murder, chaos?
If it is necessary. He walks out of the room. We're now going to go back. Vigorish, you look outside of the tower. You're in Soulst, of course. It is your charge to take care of the city, but this city is falling apart. The once arcane city was unfortunately glorious and powerful and amazing, full of arcane energy, thought, and creativeness. Under the Iron Circle, though. But when the Iron Circle left, It left a void that the vampires took over. And you were swept up in that. To your fortune, it led you to become a leader in this dark place. And at your side always is Arcanum, who, without him, you would have no guide in all of this. For your original guide was somebody that, to this day, you don't know if that person was leading you in the right or the wrong direction. But now there are dark forces once again. Not just the vampires. There's something else. Arcanum just told you about it. And now you know you need to go outside. And that person on the ground, you need to turn them. If you don't, something bad might happen. You walk outside, and you see Caddick, who you've not seen for some time. And he's fighting his way through vampires. They're attacking him. Your first thought is not of the vampires dying, is, wow, Caddick has become the knight that you kind of thought he would. You haven't seen him since before the end of Dragano. Alongside him, another knight is fighting, and in the distance there are other knights fighting as well. You see the knight next to him fall to the ground. And quickly, you see a hooded figure, gray robes, tattered. And you can even see a little bit of, like, decayed flesh on the person. Something that you might have been waiting for. Perhaps something you were partially expecting. And you see that person go over to the person on the floor. And you know who this might be and what that might mean. You can now roleplay.
They're still fighting?
Yes, that one knight has gone to the floor, and that person has gone over to that person. That seems to be your concern. The other knights, including Caddick, are fighting other vampires in the area, including, well, it doesn't matter to you, but for your own reference, a squire.
And I want to turn Caddick.
No, the person on the floor has been hurt, knocked down to the floor, and seems to be near death. And this other person in tattered robes and decaying flesh is going over to that person, looking to seemingly do something nefarious.
Do I want that thing to happen, or do I not want it to happen?
Before I stated to you that you need to turn them. In your mind, your thought, you need to turn them. You can no longer ask me any other questions.
Wait.
No questions. In your mind, you need to turn them.
What? Who? Them? Who's them?
The person on the floor.
Okay. I walk over to the person on the floor.
Okay, so through the battle, everybody fighting, the young squire, you see him coming over, but you can't even react to this person because you're fighting off another vampire that's there. But it's something you notice on the corner of your eye. It's also unusual just how he's just casually strolling in.
Super scary.
I kind of like put up my hand and try to like clear a berth around the person on the floor. To
like saying the vampires to stand and keep away. Okay,
like stand down.
The vampires just like move away from that area and like they're fighting elsewhere. It probably moves the battle maybe another 10-15 feet away from that area. The tattered figure seems to be putting his hand over him, and you see in his other hand he has some sort of powerful crystal you've never seen before. You've seen soul crystals before, but this one looks like it's a combination of like either 2 or 3. Something very different.
Do I know who he is?
You have an idea of who he is, but you're not sure.
Do I know what he's doing?
You believe he's going to try to perhaps take over, possess this person, move his soul into this person.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I want to walk over to the person on the floor.
Okay. So he's on the floor. The other person is over him,
Mm-hmm.
and you're walking over to the area.
I want to strike the person over him as hard as I can.
Okay. So you use your vampiric strength, and you throw him. You throw him into the air, and he just falls into the ground, like very weak, and the arms are kind of like, look like they might have broken if they weren't broken already. And like he just gets up, just starts walking like back over slowly.
I look at the person on the ground.
He looks like he's in terror, and you see that already, whatever that crystal was, has already seeped into him and affected him to some degree.
Okay. I roll up my sleeve, and I say,
No.
"You are going to die.
Get away from me.
You are going to die.
I am here to kill you.
I can protect you.
From what?
I'm not here to kill you.
I don't want it.
Take it.
I don't want it.
Do you know what that soul crystal? Do you know what that crystal can do to you?
I do not know, but I will not turn to evil.
You won't be evil. And what that crystal can do to you is much worse than what my blood will do to you.
I do not want it. You see the person is starting to come back. He starts walking.
I can protect you. We can all protect you. I promise.
You are a vampire.
That's right. And I think you may have misjudged us. You don't have to stay with me. You don't have to stay with us. You don't have to do anything I ask you to do. I can protect you. We will protect you.
You look over and you see that whatever that thing is just walking further, closer and closer, slightly faster and faster.
He will keep coming. You can fight him, and I can give you the strength to do it.
Why don't you fight him then?
I can keep him off of you, but he'll keep coming back. We can fight him together. Not unless you have strength. Take my strength.
And then kill myself after.
Do it.
You will help me protect my brother. Yes?
I will.
He bites in. You see the creature come over and the creature stops. Disappears up into the sky. We now go back a scene. You're in the tower. Once again, you're vigorish with Arcanum. Arcanum, for those who don't know, is a wizard who's kind of like your right-hand man. And he was good before turning to vampire, like yourself, and he still is good. And he hates what he is. And you two are probably the only good vampires in this city that understand what evil is, because the other ones just exist and they're like, oh, I take because I need to survive and is what it is. And you have such a greater perspective on that they see you as like, oh, he's just being protective, but you understand that like we are something that needs to be contained. Feasting upon mortals is literally stealing the soul out of the planet, one light at a time. And you understand that. And Arcanum does as well. Arcanum, a former ruler of Soulst before you. Arcanum comes into the tower. I have done my research, and I believe it to be true. He is back. Cyrus Maynard has somehow survived feeding off the arcane shield around our city. Maybe he was brought back into madness, but he's still alive in some form. These knights that are attacking now, he will choose one, and he will try to possess them, the one he thinks is the most powerful, perhaps. If he's able to possess them, he will reach physical form once again, gain his necromantic abilities once again.
And how do we stop this from happening?
We need to make sure he does not get his hands on anyone in the living. He cannot do it to us before we have vampires. That is what he has done already, apparently. I believe that he has taken out the vampires, and now his flesh is decayed, because it is only temporary. He is looking for a permanent solution. He will need someone that is alive.
Pure human.
Yes.
Do we know who he's chosen?
I have no idea. But I believe that he will take one of the knights here. We must defend ourselves from these knights I do not know why Kadak has labeled you an enemy all of a sudden. I would have thought he understood what we did, or what we tried to do. But, of course, we have somewhat failed, I suppose, because many vampires are plaguing this world from beyond our borders.
Kadak also lives by a very strict code.
They are within the city limits. They will be here soon.
Well, if what you say is true, then we'll have to find the strongest knight. We'll have to find the knight that he'll select.
Unfortunately, I believe we must split up. I believe he's feeding off the arcane shield. I'm going to destroy it now and bring it down. It is already useless. The vampires are getting out either way. But what do we want? The vampires to get out, or Cyrus to return? You agree with this?
I agree.
I will take down the shield. You must find whoever he's trying to possess and stop him at all costs. And perhaps we can extend this world from falling into the grips of the vampire and darkness.
You take down the shield, I'll turn the knight.
Yes. Luck to us both.
Thank you all.
He leaves. You start watching out the tower, and eventually you see the knights coming closer. We're gonna go back. You, Kadak, and William are standing at the gates of the city, and you're looking at the shield. Behind you is a group of other people that have helped you. Some people you've liberated, and some of them are knights. One of them is Liam's character. Liam, describe yourself.
I am a human. I guess at this point in time I'd be youngish, 20s, 30s.
This is about three and a half years ago.
Oh, okay. So then I'm middle-aged, 40s. My name is Kraston Tannerson. Kind of a gruff-looking fella.
And you can tell us about your backstory, which will be told in this story now a little bit.
Oh, okay. So
And just to add one thing, they came across you while it all was happening.
Gotcha.
And then you kind of got swept up and you're helping them because you're not a knight, but you're going to help.
Yeah. So I was, I guess, living on the outskirts of Soulst, right? That's what we said?
Yes.
Kind of like, yeah. And as the vampires started to break through, I came home one day and they had killed my wife and my son was missing. So I devoted my life to hunting them down for vengeance. So I'm a vampire hunter.
And also, within the ranks of the people with you right now is your father and you standing far behind, a little bit like 25 feet behind, kind of watching. What is your name? What is your father's name?
The blacksmith.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah, not Vigorish.
Hutch.
And what's your father's name?
My father's name is Benjen.
Benjen. Okay. So Benjen is the blacksmith there, and he's worked with your family. And Benjen serves your brother mostly, who is right next to you. And your brother's name is Edric. Edric is right next to you. You, Hutch, are there in the background, 3.5 years younger, and really just an apprentice at this point. You have no say over anything, but you're here. Anybody in the scene can roleplay? And your brother turns to you. This is foolish. Brother, you want to go inside there because you know this vampire. What do you hope to accomplish? You're going to have to kill him. I will kill him if I see him. We've swept the lands around here. We've done our best. Yes, I understand this will be the final blow. Is this going to be worth it, do you think? The Ceph can get us in. But the return might be difficult.
Perhaps we won't return. But the reward is too great. Do not take the chance.
Anyone who wants to go beyond, that is your call. If not, you stay here. Go back to camp. Make your choices now.
I'm coming. I'm with you, Kadak.
Me too, sir.
Benjen goes, Whoa, son. This is not a place for us. This is a place for knights. We're a blacksmith. We stay out here. We'll help defend the camp if something happens. I'm not going in there with my son into a city of vampires.
Caddock, will you be okay without me?
I'll be okay, Hutch. You listen to your father.
All right. How's your blade? Sharp?
Sharp as could be.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Come on, Hutch. Good luck to you all.
Thank you.
Going in.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Going in. So be it. Seth, you're up. Seth goes up to the shield. He puts his arms through. And momentarily creates an area to pass through. You guys enter. We take a step back. And you guys are in the encampment. Waiting to approach the Arcane City. You're in the woods. And you've taken out several cities. By take out several cities, what I mean is that you've gone through the cities with your knights and have cleaned out the vampires. It's probably a temporary thing, but it does set them back a lot, and it helps restore order. And it's why you're out here. You guys are all in camp. Everyone here is there. And Tom, you could play a character that's an NPC there.
Sure.
And you're all around the fire. This is the night before the last scene. Got it.
Sir, I brought you some food and a drink. You are.
Thank you.
Need me to do anything for you? Is there everything ready for tomorrow? I checked. Anything else?
I think we're all set, William.
All right,
This is
sir.
it. This will be potentially the time to rid this world of its plague once and for all. Brother, we are going to do it.
I hope so. If it was up to me, I would have cleared the border cities and moved back. Pulled back to Oakfrost.
Plucking at leaves. We'll strike right at the root.
I feel like your time, the Knights of Andar, has gone to your head, brother. My Knights of Oakfrost and your Knights of Andar are working together, and we've done much. You ask too much here. You wish to save the whole world with one swoop of your sword. It doesn't work that way.
They won't expect it.
You called upon my help, and I will help you. That's why I'm here. It is your call. But that is where I stand.
Appreciate your presence.
Benjen turns to Hutch. Hutch, make sure that bright and early you're up. You make sure everyone's swords are sharp. You tighten the armors. Nothing left unchecked.
Sharpening the swords as we speak, Pop.
Good
My
work.
whetstone. Sharpening all the swords.
Good work. Okay, you guys are just kind of hanging out.
Working.
Take a
We're
step.
working.
I walk up to Caddock.
Okay.
Caddock, I believe in what you're doing.
Thank you, Witch.
You have a big opportunity here. Strike them in their dark hearts while you can. You're right. Don't listen to your brother. Don't pull back. Strike now. And
Yes. His caution is understandable, but he has not seen what I've seen. He does not understand we deal with a foe unlike any other. We must take action unlike any other.
yeah. Listen. You've got a good head on your shoulders. Don't let him talk down to you. Do what you want to do.
Yes, thank you, Hutch. It's very, do not concern yourself with such things. It is fine.
I believe in you. Sharpening swords.
We go back. You guys are on a ship, and you're sailing from the north down from the Oakfrost lands. Apparently, the Knights of Andar went to the Keeper's lands in the north, where Oakfrost is, and of course, traveled by ship east, and then you came down and made landfall above High Rock and such, and made your way down towards Soulst, to the areas around Soulst. From there, you swept around with your final goal for you when you made this campaign, and you made the call for it, asking Thawen to go out there and do this, and you made that battle plan to sweep around all the lands, so in case there was some sort of surge or regrouping, there would be no vampires that come to their aid. And your goal was to get in. I'll let you choose here. Take out Vigorish or not. What was your plan for that? Yes. So your plan. So unfortunately, your love and friendship of Vigorish does not stand up to the fact that he is vampire, and that he is in control, and taking him out might solve a larger problem here. So that is ultimately your plan. You're on the boat, traveling, and right now you're hanging out, and you're with your squire, you're with a few other people, and you're not there. You're a sailor, and you're a sailor right now. I'm pointing to Liam and Tom. Go ahead, you guys can roleplay.
Sir, when we get there, you think there's going to be, like, vampires all over? Do you think there's going to be many of them here?
Many of them. We'll be surrounded. Like nothing you can imagine.
Oh,
That's why I don't get off the boat. Yeah, brother, I'm with you there.
All right, well, I'll try to be brave.
We're going to take a step back, and you are in Oakfrost meeting your brother.
For the first time.
Actually, for the first time in a few years. And you're seeing him there, and he knows about the mission. He's looking out the window, considering to agree to it. And he turns back around after you've spoken for a bit. Fine, brother. I have to admit, I've taken most of the attention in this family. I'm running Oakfrost. Perhaps it's time to get your glory. And I will do this for you. So, I accept. And we'll go on your mission. I will bring my knights, joined with yours, the Knights of Andar. And we will seek to slay as many vampires as we can.
Ah, wonderful, brother. You will see. This will be the greatest victory in the history of our people.
Actually, that reminds me. I suppose this is appropriate. He walks over to a bookshelf, and he takes a small little chest. Father wanted to have this when you went on your first campaign, but we thought it would be Oakfrost. That will never happen, and Father isn't here. So, I give you this. Father's old sigil, his amulet, the sigil of the bear. Your first real campaign, may it bring you luck, may it be with you always, and may it be your courage in the darkness. The same words he said to me.
You honor me.
Father honors you.
I will live up to the name of our family.
Of course you will. Well, I've accepted. Come back when you're ready with knights in a few weeks.
Very well.
And we're going to go to when you're sitting with King Thawen, convincing him that you want to take this mission. Caddick, we've done 2 campaigns through the desert and into the lands. And yes, we were effective. I think that you're the best person to do this. So your idea is good, and you are the right man for the job. I worry that it's too risky of a call. Yes, you want to sweep the lands around, but you want to go into Soulst and kill Vigorish. The value is there, but I'm worried. You feel confident that you can do this?
I know I can. Sure, there's risk, but I can do it, and I think it is worth that risk. I'm more than willing to sacrifice my life if it'll ensure that this land is freed from this plague.
Well, I will agree. I will give you the men you require. And this will be the first campaign that you're in charge of. You've come a long way since the day that I met you in Soulst, actually.
Yes, I remember. Truly, it seems like a different lifetime.
My, how the years have passed. So be it. We come out. We're back in the bubbling pot. We're going to say now he also tells you the story of his father. Whatever you remember in Arcane City about his father, for those who have not watched Arcane City, it's okay, you don't have to. Basically, his father, who was very strict on you, ended up being a part of a grand mission to overthrow the Iron Circle, these evil, this evil council that was running Soulst, the Arcane City. And while you thought your father was harsh at the time, you realized at the end that he was looking out for you, that he did believe in you. You kind of thought he didn't. And unfortunately, he was made into a vampire. And was upset with that, but constantly looked past that to make sure you were safe and you were okay. Losing him was hard on you. You realized in the end, when you didn't have him anymore, how he was looking after you. And that was just his way. You know the first story? You know the second story? You can now roleplay the final scene of today's episode.
I don't know what to say. That's a lot. Unless I can understand why you feel the way that you feel. But I don't know. All I can do is echo the words of your young blacksmith friend who earlier today threatened my life. The fact that you do have a good head on your shoulders. You're right about that. It may not have gone the way you wanted to the last time you were there. I think your instincts were correct. And I think that, from what you tell me, Thowin's instincts are correct. There's only one person around who has the knowledge and ability to lead a mission like this. That's you. Don't let the past rule you. You're a leader of men. You have to look to tomorrow. Tomorrow could be a better day. The decision is yours.
I just don't understand why Thowin, you and others seem to really think I am the right person for this job. Maybe I was right at the time, but if that was our only chance, it was a long time ago, and perhaps we needed to take the risk, but we failed. Is throwing everything away now, or better not to cherish what shreds remain of our humanity than to throw it all into the fire.
You know why I think? I didn't know you. I don't know much about you other than your reputation in the city. You know what that story made me think? That it was right? That you were the right person for that job? It wasn't your battle strategy or anything. I don't know enough about that to know anything. It was the way that you consistently, over the course of that story, ran up against people who made a decision because you were the one who were advising them to make it. These are powerful men. Your brother, the king, who believed in you. You inspired people, like your friend here, or your angry blacksmith friend. You inspired them because of who you were. That doesn't change. That's why I think you're the right person for the job. Because somebody who has that in him, you don't lose that, right? That amulet that your father believed in, that your wife believed in, right? That's who we see. So I guess the question is, who do you see?
You were right. Everyone did show a lot of trust in me in those days.
No, not in those days.
Still do, buddy.
Today, we still have that trust in you. There's only one person that I see who seems to not have that trust.
Perhaps I can't yet trust myself, but I suppose I'll trust all of you then. If you think it's the right move, this time I'll listen to others.
Your wife comes up behind you and like puts her arms like around you and kind of puts her head on your shoulder. And I believe in you too. And I knew that a little bit of talking would help, because your wife always knows.
Yes, of course, dear.
You gonna give me that amulet back?
If you'll take it.
I will. Yes. Door opens. This is our chance.
This is our chance.
It was Damien's chance too. The door opens and you walk in, your character from a long, long time ago, and you've been invited by royal invitation to go see the King Thawin. And you're pretty sure you have an idea what it's about, although you have very little knowledge, but you know that you kicked some ass back in the day. You see Caddock sitting there with a few other people, with a squire that you know, and you can roleplay.
The last time I had seen them would have been that campaign.
That campaign. And you stayed, they eventually left, and you just stayed, obviously, in the lands around there.
Caddock. What is that? It's the hunter.
Craston, yes.
Craston, yes.
I'm back at Soulst. And you were the young one. William?
That's right.
I've been summoned here by the king.
Summoned you too.
Me too, I guess. What, has he summoned you as well?
Appears he's summoning us all.
Any idea what it's about?
What
Same
were you
thing.
told?
They didn't tell me much, but I've been doing nothing but killing since you left the lands.
They now fill you in on some slight things about like vampires and such. Eventually, a page comes in. He goes, "Oh, everyone, I'm looking for Lord Commander Caddock and his party. You're requested by the king."
Yes. That is us.
Very good. I'm looking for Cole. Oh, yes.
Hey, how you doing?
Did you get to say it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Days young.
And Sir William. And a few other people here. I don't know if they're here yet. Any pixies here?
Pixies.
No? Okay,
Pixie.
sorry. That's the wrong thing to say in the tavern. And Cranston?
Aye.
How do they say it right?
Craston.
Craston, yes. Craston, if you come with me, there's a carriage waiting outside. And the king wants to see you. Big day.
Alrighty. Better not keep him waiting.
Honey, you're a little bit drunk. Try to act sober. You've been drinking all day with your buddies.
It's nothing for a man of the north.
I'll be home. Makes me out. You get into the carriage, and already in the carriage you see is Hutch.
Hutch.
Caddock.
What are you doing here?
They'll pick up anybody in this wagon, huh?
Just say yup.
Since you're here.
William! You were the little twerp that was running around camp all those days.
I don't know about twerp, but it's good to see you again. Craster.
Yes.
Right.
The carriage leaves. You guys are heading back into the castle, and in a few minutes, you find yourself about to walk into the king's throne room. 2 guards are there waiting, and they're actually waiting to be called to open the doors. You guys are waiting outside, and they hear some kind of voice. It's from inside. They open the doors up, and you walk into this huge hall that apparently is not apparently. Sorry. You walk into this huge hall that is the throne room, and you see King Thowen wearing his ceremonial a guard on, and he's just kind of sitting there, and you see his sword. It's right there next to him, and there's knights lined up with glimmering armor. And as it opens, you're probably about a few hundred feet away.
Lord Commander Caddick, Hartford. Present yourself. I walk forward. His companions. William, Hutch, Cole.
Crest, make your way forward.
I walk up just very formally, straight, upright, a perfect amount of arm sway.
I try to keep the same pace, but behind.
Right.
I stay between Caddick and the tree.
The tree. Sounds like code. Okay, you walk up to where you would present to him, you're there, right behind, and the rest of you all right there.
Lord Commander Caddick, I charge you with a task to eliminate the vampires in Arlight and in Andaria. Do you accept this mission?
Yes, Your Majesty.
You are ready and battle ready?
We are, Your Majesty.
Very good. First, you will prove yourself here. Guards, out.
The knights turn.
Close the doors.
Your Majesty.
Lord Commander, there are vampires in Arlight. Your first task. You will find out whatever enclave has set their foot upon Arlight soil. You will seek them out, and you will destroy them. Around you, your blacksmith, who is now very capable. A vampire hunter in his own right. A lark, an investigator, who will help you seek out these creatures. And of course, your once squire, now Sir William. And for the skills that is perhaps missing from this party, a pixie. She will provide you the magic that you lack in this group. The last thing you must know is that today there was a murder.
A murder.
And that's where we end the episode.
Thanks for listening. Check out more shows like this at theaudiodungeon.com.